Hello YouTube, Mr. Simple Majority here. How are you doing today? I hope everything's well. Everything's good with me. Today we're taking a look at Occupy Mars. This is the playtest of the game. I got in under my own power, or on my own request. I didn't get anything special from Pyramid Games, like to do a video or anything. In fact, I have no follower base, so hey, anyways. We're going to take a look at this, and there's some things I'd like to talk about from this, about what I've seen thus far about the game, and things that could be done to improve the game over time. And to understand that this is not even early access. This is a playtest. This is before early access. So there are a lot of things that aren't implemented into the game. That also being said, I want to thank Pyramid Games for selecting me to be in the playtest. I've been watching this game for quite some time. I've played the demo. I've played the demo so hard. And a lot of the things that you'll see here in my base are because of that result. Or results of that, I should say. So, alright, life support systems are active. Let's get started, shall we? Welcome to the hab. Alright, I actually have my helmet on. That's because I believe our O2 level is at 0. Why is our O2 level at 0? When I last played this game... Huh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, no, it's off. Why are you off? That's weird. These weren't off when I left. Both of these were running. Well, so taking the helmet off will be a no-go. This one's running. How is the other one off? There, okay, whatever reason, now it's working. So I just added the not botany, but it's the greenhouse. I call it the botany module because literally it's all about botany. I'm still working on this, so yeah, I got these done. But I'm not using them just yet. I do like this feature with the down button. That way you can access the upper trays, and I should have these already down. Because I'm going to be getting into this pretty soon. My little hydroponic trays are cool, but yeah, I need more. So I'm currently missing... this is weird, because I started all this construction, and then I stopped because I ran out of materials. It's not the color they usually are. But anyway, I added this, and yeah, temperatures are like, because of that, the pressure inside this module, all the modules have gone down. So I'm just gonna have to wait for that to rebuild. So cool. Over here we have some potatoes growing, and over here we have some tomatoes growing. I was actually a little concerned that this was going to be literally kind of like a ripoff of The Martian and all we had was potatoes to survive on, but that is not the case. We actually do have other crops. Thus far I've only found, let's see here, we've got lettuce, potato, tomato, and pumpkin. And then in the rover, I have poplar seeds and oxygen plant seeds. Those are the only ones I've found thus far. I don't know if that's all that's here, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But let's talk about interior since we're here. This is where I was at. Oh, it's nighttime. Getting nighttime, so we're at to sleep. First off, I want to talk about this. I love this interface. I think it's a very beautiful, clean interface. But I think that it's being completely misused. Instead of it being just food production, hydroponic or incubators, I think it should be all of the connected machines in here, and there should be like a literal power button to turn off and on those machines. Say, for example, I'm not using my 3D printer or my workbench, or even the seed manipulator or food what is this? The food processing unit. So why would I be drawing power from those? So having the ability to turn on and off those machines from here would be great. to have. Now I like this with the supply and demand. This actually needs to go to 1.2 and 2.64. And that's our warning. So we do need to head to the out to the rover. Oh, actually, yeah. No, we don't. I forgot. I already have the living modules. I'm just thinking along the lines of like I don't have enough O2, but I could just sleep with how's my hydration and hunger.
Water refilled.
Let's go ahead and eat that one because that's the lower quality one. That should get us to the morning. I have found, by the way, that 8:30 a.m. is the approximate earliest time that you can get up in the morning and walk outside without dying. So, again, that's what we're waiting for the day to come around and so forth. Having the ability to control
oxygen 50%, suit power 75%.
Having the ability to control those terminals from the workshop should be like the best way. Now I don't know why when you get up, one, the game freezes, but number two, you're always in third person mode. That's just more of like along the lines that somewhere down the road they kind of need to fix it. Now, as we were asleep, my oxygen went down to 50%.
Oxygen refilled.
And our power is down to 75%. Yeah, 71%. Right here is our power meter. I have not found a way inside any of these modules, while inside the habitat, equalizing pressure. So this actually had pressure. Not anymore. I've literally looked around all these rooms and such. Now I could drink water right here.
Water refilled.
Right off my suit, but I can't find anywhere to plug my suit in inside the hab in order to recharge my suit. Like I've literally looked everywhere. As we pass down this corridor, I do want to point out we actually cannot see our any of our stuff. We can't see our sleeping module. And when we walk outside, take note of what you see. This looks like a very hilly area that they're in. And that's not actually the case. There's rocks over there. And so forth. So, I don't understand why we don't get to see outside and see our hub. Because we got this right here, and if we come around that corner, that's actually goes into the workshop. So, you can't see anything presently. A little weird. Anyway. Alright, it's daytime. We'll charge suit later when we get out to the truck. But as I said, there's no way of charging in here. I have literally looked everywhere. On the back of the pedestal, nothing. So there should be like a way, like a port of some sort for charging our suits. Alright, so next thing I want to talk about while we're in here, how these are coming along. Yeah, 86, 44. Nice. Next thing I want to talk about is in our tech tree here. And under the materials, this is where we do a lot of our base building. In fact, this is all base building. And I like this idea where you have to build stuff like, you know, I have this build short corridor, which I have out right there. I need to remove it. And then you can unlock this. But in order to get the ability to stay inside, you have to go through 2 points, spend 2 points, and you have to find, I think it's 2 or 3 of the living capsules somewhere on the map, and then tear them down. Now, I like that idea that you have to find that, but I feel like this, at least the living room, should be here with corridor links. So this should be base building 1, which would be the multi-connector or 90-degree turn, normal with window, the ramp, and that should be in with this. And then here we'd have the bathroom. The bed, of course, needs to be over here too. The single player or single capsule adapter as well, leaving the living room, and then you can move, say, the multi-capsule adapter in the canteen here, and then utilize something further down the road in this section here. Now it says greenhouse cultivation, which I have greenhouse cultivation. But it says over here, according to materials, that I don't have it. A little weird how this is all laid out. So, but then I can expand on it down further to have other things, such as lobby. I think this is what the lobby is. No, the capsule. Something like I thought I saw one thing called lobby. Oh, I know where that is. We go here to blueprints, and under living, we'll see there's the capsule adapter, the lobby, and the canteen. So these could be moved out a little further and so forth. And it could be expanded on. But I feel like you shouldn't have to wait so long for that. Because one, finding... you can see how far I searched. I still have a search area up here. This just appeared. So somewhere in here is something I need to find up in the mountains. But you can see I've exposed a lot of this map. I've been all the way up here. That's Endeavor Crater. Okay. I've been all the way up here, and I think I made a mark somewhere. I guess I didn't. I thought I made a mark somewhere here stating where I'd been at, but I've been all the way up here, and I finally found the research capsules way the heck up here in the top. Or not the research, the living capsules. So, it's a small change, but definitely would be helpful. And expanding out the tech tree itself would be of great advantage, because currently, obviously, there's not. I'm not going to judge very heavy. This is very, again, early access. But renaming this to engineering, for example, would be better. Mechanics should fall underneath that tree, and then you could have this become something like sciences, where you could research upgrades for, say, the rover, your drones, things of that nature. Let's see. That's my notes here. I got this. The next thing I want to talk about is the workbench. So, I really love this. This is one of the things when I first saw this, I was like, what? I absolutely love this idea. Like, you're able to sit here and repair these things? Now, this is a bug because this board, I think it was, I had started on, and I had done a bunch of repairs, and then I thought I had saved it by hitting back, but apparently I didn't. I thought I did. I'm pretty sure I did, because I don't leave anything on this table when I'm not doing it. But anyway, so I have to still fix these boards. And I like the fact that they do give you spare boards on the map. Being since a lot of these machines require circuit boards to operate, like those do. I think those are C's. These guys here, I think the terminal there is like a B or a D. So having these spare boards is great, because I was sitting there thinking, well, what happens if I lose a board? Like, I'm going to lose power? I could lose power, I could lose my oxygen production. This just don't make no sense. How am I going to repair that and get it out quickly? Well, they give you spare boards. But I like to see them take that further and create a new sink. Oop. Let's get rid of the board first. There we go. And create a new sink for that. But one thing I want to talk about here real quick is the screen here on my right that kind of follows with me. This is all fine and dandy until you're trying to get at something that you kind of have to move around. So if we take, for example, this hot air gun, and we're going to go, let's do this guy here. Now, let's get up here where I have to really see better. There we go. If I rotate this around, I really can't see too far away. It's easier for me to step up in. And a lot of times this screen will get pushed out of the way. This one I don't actually need to. This will get pushed out into a corner, and it's really, really hard to see what you're trying to do here. Also, with a high DPI in the mouse, controlling this, there we go, is very hard to do. And getting it in that little tub is very hard to do. A lot of times I end up Goes right back. See, it just picked up a dead one. Why is it picking up? Huh? Graphics glitch. Hello. That's got to be a graphics glitch because it's not letting me put it in, and it's saying that's. Let's solder it and see what happens. According to that, it's dead. But yeah, it takes real fine control to get this in there. And the controls can be a little lunky at first, but once you learn them, simply it's to rotate the board like I just did. It's A and it says it's good. That's a graphics glitch. Okay, that wasn't doing that before, but it's now good because it's lit up, and these are all dead. So all this has to be replaced. That's weird. Let me put this up just real quickly. Pull it back out, see if it fixes itself. Now they're all three are dead. This is the same exact board I just fixed. I literally just pulled the same board out that I just repaired. And now it's completely dead. That is so strange. So anyway, that is the workbench. But this screen here kind of either gets in the way or it's not in the way at all. Just how it goes. Let's see. There's 0 volts on that. Let's check. And then over here, I can't even see. One good, yeah, this one's good. Here's good. And then I'm guessing, oh, wrong tool. Wrong tool. And it's saying wrong tool. You know, I can't remember exactly what you need this for because you have this screen here, which tells us. Let's pull that out again one last time. I want to see, is it going to do the same thing as it did before? And now it's completely different. So either you have to fix this board in one shot, or you're going to have to, you're not going to fix it at all. That being said, if you look over here, like the CPU is dead, in order to fix this, I'm going to have to remove all those leads on both sides and then pop that out and pop it back in. Same with these what are they? Monolithic type 2s. Both of these have to come out, and they've got a lot of leads on them. Some of these are actually kind of hard to find, like the plug here, I think is. Finding the leads for this plug can be hard as heck. It's time for that. This one here has 4 leads right here on this this drive right here. Some of them are easy, but a lot of these, like the CPU, that's a lot of work. And remember, you're gonna have sleep deprivation and all that. So whenever I pick up, I need to go to bed because it's now nighttime. So I need to go to bed and all that, and I come back, and now the board's completely different and damaged. You know, and that's kind of weird. But anyway, expanding on that to be able to create new parts versus having an infinite supply, because that is infinite supply, would create a sink and additional resources. Even be able to create your boards instead of having to find them. Now those boards would be blank and they would have to be etched. So that would create a new machine for specifically etching type. I'm guessing there's 5 types. A, B, C, D, E. Oh no, I think there's 4 types. I think it's A, B, C, D. That would create a new sink for that stuff and another more usage for the 3D printer. Now the other thing I do want to talk about, especially about circuit boards, is durability. Over time, these machines are going to take damage themselves. So if we had a way of maintaining these machines, not just the circuit boards inside of them, but the machines themselves, would actually go a long ways too. How are we doing? 99. These are about to finish up. Cool. Which means I need to get these harvested, and then I've got to get the composter built. Eek. So with that, let's head outside, shall we? And actually, well, we do have one more thing. Well, the agriculture stuff to talk about while we're in here. Um, so, I'd love to see more expanded on the crops. Now, I've only found the types that I've found thus far, and they may have these, so I don't want to go too harsh on this. But stuff like carrot, broccoli, spinach, etc., beans, beans would open the door for stay like beyond meat, which allows to create more complex meals, which would make a use of the canteen. Now that being said, I've never actually seen the canteen, but it'd be a great use for that as a more advanced kitchen and food processing area where you can create these dishes and then package them and have higher numerical values on your nutrition. Thus, meaning you need to eat less. And on that note, there needs to be a numerical value on our hunger and our hydration. Because, like right now, I'm at, I don't know, 670 ish percent. Let's see, let me find something dark to line that up on. About 70% on hunger. And that I don't have any idea how much food that is. So if I were to eat one of these, which is 28 to 34, it's certainly going to fill me up. But was that the best meal I could eat? In a place that's hard to get food, it shouldn't, like, we should have a little better readout. Hydration, that's not such a big deal, but, 0 to 100 would be nice. We have enough oxygen, I believe.
Oxygen source external.
He's not choking. That's good, cool. Now, when I took my helmet off, my top HUD completely disappeared. And I do want to talk about this while we're inside here. My helmet just, all that information disappeared. I have no status updates from the HUD, the HAB. I don't know what time it is, my heart rate, all that. Now, this is being set in the future somewhat. You would think that we'd have a better way of doing that. And I would look to Google for this in such a way that with Google, like they had the glass, even though that was such a huge failure, that could actually have good usages here where we have a apparatus on our face that gives us a basic heads-up display giving us heart rate, status updates from the HUD, or from the HAB, and so forth. That would be really nice. Now, the helmet itself would have stuff like POIs, so I wouldn't be able to see this normally. This POI here. But it would have POI information, maybe some more detailed engineering stuff for outside or even inside. But having that basic information would be nice, because the only way I know what time it is by pulling open my wrist tablet and my battery power and all that. Well, at least you see that on the lower part of the HUD. So that'd be a nice implementation there. So let's get our helmet on. Let's get outside.
Helmet sealed.
I do like the fact that if you don't have your helmet on, if you try to walk out the airlock, it will not let you do that.
Equalizing pressure. Equalizing pressure. External oxygen detected. Equalizing pressure.
You're gonna kill me? Okay, no. Yeah, these airlocks tend to be a little lunky at times. So anyways, outside here, we can see exactly how I've got my system set up. So I have one expansion on my ECU here. It takes all the power from the solar panels. Divert said these batteries here, and these batteries are pulling, only sending 50% of their total charge out. And that allows both these batteries to keep up, and I, of course, have one extension on each. And then that in turn goes into the this ECU here, and then it's divided out. I have a bit of power going off on a blank cable that's over here somewhere. That's to charge my rover up. But the most of it is heading straight into the hub at 108 kilowatts. And I've got 10 going to the crusher. So this setup here with this type of system actually is the most efficient way to actually, that I have found for actually doing the power. We are not, ooh, thank God we don't take damage from that. Let's head over here. Let's get in and go do a little mining. Now I was really happy.
Oxygen source external.
Good charge. I was really happy when I unlocked the drill tool upgrade.
Suit
area.
recharged.
Just wait for that to happen. So I had unlocked tool printing and then this drill upgrade. I'm like, okay, cool. And I was like, oh, I get the drill. Oh, cool. So I get the drill for the whatchamacallit. Okay, for the rover. Well, that means I'm going to probably need to build a vehicle bay so I can do the upgrade on that. And nope, it automatically gives it to you. And now I think this is, for now, what they're doing. Down the road, they'll change that out and make it where you do have to. So, yeah. Close that off. Hello. Okay, this is the second time I have had an issue coming off that ramp. And I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe because I lowered it down. But that is the second time I have literally did this weird, like, rocket right off the ramp. That is so strange. Alright, let's find some rock. While we're doing that, let's talk about the exterior building and things of that nature. One, I literally just found out that if you use the arrow keys while placing an object, that you can rotate it. So you don't have to keep walking around to get it the way you want it to be. But you can use the up-down arrow keys to change the... there we go. To change the height of that. Because one of my biggest things was, like, when I place a well, the computer interface is way up high and you can't get to it. And the same with the batteries and all that. So that ability to lower and raise it is nice, but it doesn't actually tell you this in the game. So, yeah, let's get the camera on. And we need to, actually, no, we need to get the drill. I do like this drill, though. I ain't gonna lie. There we go. Now, while we're doing this, we can talk a little bit of geology. And also the lunkiness of how rocks work, because as you see, when I drilled that rock, it immediately started rotating. Come on, give me something. I think it is. There we go. So, I don't think it is. Right now, the game only has 5 elements. That's iron, silicon, calcium, aluminum, and uranium. That is so lunky. Don't you dare hit that. Oh, right there. Can you hit there? Yeah. Oh, look there. We got a boom. Got an explosion. And now we're going to have to reposition to get the rest of that. So let's go ahead and put the camera or this out and get our camera back on. What I would like, especially if we're gonna, if they include the ability to create circuit boards and parts, is well, we would obviously need gold and silver. And there's one of the weird issues with this game, that some of the materials never want to go in. We'll drop that there, and I'll show you what happens when you break that. You're gonna go in, right? Yes. Nice. You'll go in, right? That little guy up? No. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and switch back to our drill, and I'll show you what happens when you drill that. But adding in gold, silver, lead, copper would expand our abilities, because I think aluminum's actually worse. Let's see what happens. Is it gonna do it? Yep, so that one just literally, there was nothing there, and there was nothing to tell me that there was nothing there. Oh, we can leave the drill out. There was literally nothing in the game that just told me, hey, that's an empty rock. And that comes to kind of like the surveying the part of this game. Oh, too far. Like, there needs to be a better way of surveying these minerals and saying, hey, you know, there's nothing here for you to collect, so you don't waste your time trying to collect it. But as I was saying, gold, silver, lead, adding these in would create a new sink and something else for us to pick up. And I think that on that note of what I was just talking about on these tools, there we go, that we should also have a basic kind of material analyzer. There we go, we're going to have to move. That is way too far away. A basic material analyzer that says on the crane arm or the drill arm. Either way works. I might even switch in. There, that went in. But it says, hey, this has ore. This has no ore. No metal found or metal found. See, this one has nothing in it. Now, that doesn't mean that. There's sometimes you actually do get materials. And that's what I was trying to see if it would do that earlier. What about you? You will go in. So it's kind of hit or miss. Oops, I didn't need to do that. There we go. So having that basic functionality there would be perfect. We can sit there and go, oh, okay. See, that one actually had something in it, but it won't go in here. And it, oh, I keep hitting tab on this. Right click to back out, then grab her, and then left click the camera. So having something in there says this needs to be broken down further. If I walked out, that would have said it was ready for pickup. But it's not. Really? I'm right on it. That time I'm not. Gotcha. And there we go. Alright, and of course we're going to need to sleep because it is nighttime. It's getting to be nighttime. There we go. Let's see. What else? Let's get food. I'll have to drink water because... See, like that was like 28 to 38. That wasn't enough to fill me up. Oh, you know what? We do have to go back. Because I was just remembered the fact that... Come on. Okay, you're going to make me stop, aren't you? So this is lunky as well, the headlight controllers. Like, you should be able to turn these on while you're driving. I don't see why that would even be an issue. But apparently it is sometimes. We are way out here. Look at our helmet. We can see we got an upgrade. And those plants should be ready for harvest. Let's get back to the hab and do that. So, now some of the other things I do want to talk about on the engineering while we head back is expansion of modules. Like, the workshop is great in the early game, but it shouldn't be our hub. This should only get us so far into the game, and expanding that out to have, say, an engineering module where you can do more finite engineering stuff. We're going to get a little burned when we go inside. I'm not even going to dump this just yet. I'm going to wait until I get a full tipper. But having, like, say, an engineering bay, there you create more complex modules. That would be perfect. Like, upgrade components for the rover, for example, and drones. That stuff would be absolutely awesome to have in the game. There we go. Let's go and park it right here, and let's hope I don't get yeeted. So I think the whole problem with the yeeting thing is because of those hoses and lines right there, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's turn our headlights off. Yeah, it's a little bit past, but we're gonna run right in.
Low temperature warning.
We'll lose a little bit of health, but I'll heal up. There we go. Oh yeah, my plants. Or have they already withered? No. Nice. Get these real quick. So the idea here of these is I'm probably actually going to use these for food, because I'm not even close to being ready. These aren't even close. I'm probably use this to make food. But if I do that right now, we're going to have a problem. because I think I'm right at cap. Yeah, 91, 97 out of a 108. If I were to use that machine right now, it would shut the power off. So we're not going to produce food. We're just going to go right to bed.
Equalizing pressure.
And I can take my helmet off.
Source. External.
Don't need that on. Again, taking your helmet off, you know, afterwards you're stuck in first person, third person. And that's weird. Oh, oh, we want to go this way. Can't sleep backwards in time. So, as I was saying while we're sleeping, the engineering bay much more specific, so it creates bigger components, say drone body parts, drone equipment. I think that's done.
External pressure dropping.
I think that's done in the vehicle bay, but having the engineering module would actually eliminate the need for us to, come on, there we go. And my plants are withering. Why are my plants withering? Because we ran out of power overnight. So that means I need to expand the batteries again to accept more charge. Otherwise, not a problem, because these are on the numbers. Although we are drawing a much higher amount of power for some reason. So, okay. And I'm nowhere near usage on the water either, so that's kind of a good thing. So, anyway, I keep getting sidetracked here. This would actually allow us to create much more, even building the robots in there. It'd be like a robotics bay. That's typically where engineering and stuff's going to happen. The smaller robotics. Now, the bigger robotics, like bigger drones, like large flying survey drones that could be used for whatever purposes, those would be in the vehicle bay. What I'm talking about is like more small personal drones that could be used around the hab while you're out, like something to say, gather these plants while I'm away. Because right now, if I take a trip out somewhere, I have to worry about, are those plants going to grow up to full height? These are almost ready. These are 66%, so they still got some time on them. But having like a robot that would pick the plants for me would actually be really good. And of course, that would also go to having actual storage inside your hab. There is no storage to my knowledge. I have looked in the tech tree and blueprints, and I have not seen anything that would indicate any kind of storage modules. Well, there's storage cabinets here. I didn't see these before, but I don't know how to unlock them. Because in the tech tree, it literally does not tell you where these unlock. So we got garage, we've got oxygen tank, Saboteur reactor, horizontal, 3-in-1, bed, corridor links, and then over here just canteen and living capsule adapters. So it's either going to unlock here with the garage or here with the canteen. In fact, let's test that theory. Can I? Trying to think, do I want to do that? Now let's get the garage.
New blueprint.
New blueprint. That is a good thing. Didn't pick anything up in mechanics. Let's see what it opened. It did not open this. So the main hab headquarters is not open. None of this is open. Have no idea how. All they gave us was the garage. And boy, that is expensive. Wow, that's a lot of aluminum. It's a lot of steel. I hear that's kind of a death trap too, so. Workshop tank? What is the workshop tank? Interesting. But still, and it has, so it has the, right here, the storage cabinets again are listed here. So I would have thought that it's unlocked here, but it doesn't. And if I take that away, yeah, they disappear. No idea. No idea whatsoever. And if that is true, that is storage, that's great, that's a start. The other thing I would like to say is on that, in the engineering exterior stuff, communication arrays. Like if I'm all the way out, I was just on the radar too, if I'm all the way over here in this, I shouldn't be able to hear anything from my habitat. In fact, if you go around, you'll see communication towers spotted around the landscape, and I'm going to assume those are probably dead and not working anymore. So, if we had communication towers where we could spread those out, one for larger drones that were doing, say, surveillance, surveying for, say, mineral or water deposits, or whatever, it would, they would be able to stay in contact while they're out there. Also, platforms. Oh my god. I've seen these all over the place at all the different like these abandoned habs. We have no way of constructing just generic platforms at all. I've literally went through all this. We have tanks, we got all that stuff. And here's another thing. I've unlocked all of my research and electricity. We don't have light pole, kilopower reactor. The antenna's here, and the other antenna's here, but we have no way of unlocking these, to my knowledge. And I guess maybe it's possible that I have to do all the tech tree to unlock these, but otherwise I don't see it. But corridors, no. Garage, no, obviously. Airlocks, no. Yeah, there's no actual, like, just walking platforms that you could put out there and make a nice, clean, and efficient design. And I know I've seen them.
Suit pressurized. Helmet sealed.
I have absolutely seen them out here. Let's go.
Equalizing pressure. Equalizing pressure.
Let's see if this does this again. Because now I'm really, really curious. Because it's done it twice. Alright, I'm going to go to third person so we can see what happens. So I don't know if it's this that's causing it. See, this time it didn't do it. We just pulled right on out and went on about our business. We'll go over to this hab right here because I think it has them. I think this one has them. Whoops. That one definitely doesn't, but I believe this one has some of those exterior platforms. I know one of these does. There's quite a few in this area too. There's one here, there's one way off in the distance, this one here obviously. There's that one over there, there's another one back there. Yeah. This one have it? No. I think it's that one over there. I think that's the vehicle bay one. I believe that's the vehicle bay one. I did find one of the robot parts in that one. I can't remember if this has the platforms or not. It does not. Okay. And the little guy there doesn't. But I have seen them. I know. I'm not crazy. I've actually seen them. I've already been through all these. So no sense in going back through them. But yeah, this is kind of weird. We don't have that. Where we have a little outside walkway area where we could set our... line up our platform, like our battery systems and our ECUs. Even our water pump, and have them lined up where we could walk up and it'd just be a nice clean looking design. Don't have that, so I'd like that's something that definitely should be added, and I'm sure it will. These are just the base modules, I believe, that are in the game, and the game has a long ways to go still. They just finished Kickstarter, which now there's going to be multiplayer support because of that, so that's really cool. This game definitely can benefit from multiplayer support, like big time. Just like we're going 30 kmh. Like I said, if you go too far and your crops grow up, you've got to get back to your hub, otherwise you're gonna...
Weather alert. Dust devils detected.
Uh-oh. Well, we get to see the weather event, but like I said, if you're too far away, you're not going to see that. Now, the weather events, that's something that's not in my notes here. but definitely should be talked about. Weather events don't follow players. People, they kind of do their own thing. I do understand it's probably more for testing purposes that they're following the players around. I would definitely love to see something like a weather station module where you could track the weather and an actual weather system. Because the weather on Mars is insanity. Absolutely the most insane weather you can ever imagine. Makes Earth weather look sane. 100% sane. Let's see here. There's my 2 tree seeds that I can't do anything with currently. But I have them anyways. That's cool. Let's charge suit. Real quick.
Recharged.
Let's get out of here before the tornado hits. Now, when this is all said and done, I'm going to have to come out here and clean all these panels off. I want to get over here real quick. I'm on the ECU. I want to switch the power. I'm just going to dump it all here real quick. There we go. We got 6 minutes.
Equalizing pressure. External oxygen detected. Equalizing pressure.
I want to get this done before that thing hits. And that is get these foods processed.
Warning.
Show how that's done. So, boom. And we'll split that again in another 8. And then process. And I'm going to split again. And won't let me process because I already processed one. There we go. Now we close that. We got 4, and it should give us 2 more. And there we go. There we go, and let's close that. Now again, the power is going to drop as this tornado comes in. But we should definitely take a look at this. It is cool. I actually like how they did it. There it is. So we have twin tornadoes this time. Last time was, no, we got 3. So last time it was just one massive tornado. And I do like that they're doing this, but it needs to be darker because tornadoes get really dark when they happen. That's 2, that's 3. So we got 3 dust devils out here. Now these are centralized to the player, and I don't want to stay out too long because they can actually hurt me. They can't damage anything, which I hope they do change.
External oxygen detected. Equalizing pressure.
I need some O2. Yeah, you know what? I can take the helmet off.
Source. External.
So as it stands right now, the storms cannot hurt you physically. But cannot hurt your habitat, your vehicle, any of your solar panels, none of that. They will make everything dirty though, and we can see our power right now is at 180, and then they'll start to go down over time because of these tornadoes. I really like that, but they really need to do down the road, put in an actual weather system, because then we could use, say, a weather station and be watching on the map and say that storm system is going to pass right by the hab. I need to prepare and get things ready for before the storm hits, and so forth. And I think that would be a great addition. Another way of making another module could be put in the game. So the only thing I wanted to talk about, and I didn't get a chance, is the multi-spectrum analyzer, because that's currently sitting in the rover, and there's a tornado around. But I was going to look in... oh, I didn't see this. Build all on grid. So there is a way to turn the grid off. I didn't know that. I didn't see that. We have instant movement, realistic movement. Use keyboard light. I don't know what that's for. And I'm not about to mess with my Corsair, so no. Quest targets, helmet borders. We could turn that off, which gets rid of that kind of like freezing look. Interaction, destructible range. We can lower that. That's actually good for breaking down stuff in here, because when it's time for me to tear this down, These are halted right at 66%. They died. These died. Yep, they're withered. So to get rid of them, just hold it, drop it in the trash can, and there she goes. That's sad. I didn't really actually mean to grow these. I just happened to pick, when I loaded the seed gun up, I forgot to change it. Oh, these aren't actually going into the trash can, are they? Worked with the others. Okay, there you go. You have to aim higher. You have to aim higher, and then it has to drop in. There we go. I do like that there is a trash can. I wonder if well, I don't have the composter built. You know what? I'm gonna leave. Oops. I'm gonna leave what's planted. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that. That is withered. Common tomato. It should. I wish there was a status here that says this plant is dead. Like right here, if it said withered or dead, then you would know. But it's been It's been stuck at 66% for a while now, and that tells me that these boys are withered. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the rest of these planted because I want to test out if the composter, which I think all I need is electronics for this. Yeah, one electronic. And I don't think I can make one. I don't know if can I make one electronic. I don't think I have enough materials for even one. Now I have no aluminum, so I need to make more get more aluminum mined up, and so on. But yeah, as I was saying, let's go back to this. I want to look through here and see if there's a control. UI navigations for the multi-tool, because right now the multi-tool seems to only want to find water, and that doesn't seem right because the oh, not that player, maybe it's a multi-tool, not a mono-tool, so it should have the ability to switch between the different whatchamacallits. It doesn't seem like it.
Suit pressurized. Helmet sealed.
And I am seeing different controls appearing in the top right, so maybe, just maybe, it's not tornadoes not right outside the door.
Equalizing pressure.
Where are you? You're over there. Yee! Yikes. Oh, come on, open the dang door. Jimmy, get in there, Jimmy. Close the door.
Oxygen source. External.
Can't reach. Let's grab this guy. Where is it? That's a really good question. Where is my multi-tool? I know I put it in here. I actually have it on me the whole time. No, it's not here. What happened to my multi-tool? Oh, my multi-tool just got deleted. What? Because I had it. It was here inside the... I kept it in the rover. I didn't need it, so like, why carry it with me if I don't need it? Oh, that thing got deleted. That's insane. Well, I guess we're not going to look at the multi-tool, but when I was initially using it, I couldn't find any way to switch the modes on the multi-tool. And because of that, like, I was just like, well, this is kind of worthless. Oh, this is so much better, by the way, without having that icy effect on around your helmet. Oh god, it's so much better. But now, like, with that, I have to watch that top HUD. So I guess an argument could be made not to have the top HUD. Have the top HUD helmet only. Another thing that could be done is this compass in the bottom could be your indicator whether the helmet's on or off. That works too. But anyway, that's weird. That sucks. Oh, no. I don't want to go to sleep. Is that all sleep? Yeah. Okay. I thought maybe there's under bed storage. So,
Suit
yuck.
recharged.
Well, pooped. And I can't pull on here and dump that off. Look at all those tornadoes out there. Look at that. It's definitely coming there. Oops. You know what I think it is? Because I did this before where I hit tab and I meant to hit V. And it kind of makes this game go wonky. There. Look at these guys. Look at them. If they only filled out the clouds a lot more and such to hide these kind of like points of origin, that would be perfect. Now, apparently these dust devils don't dirty the panels. So I'm guessing only the big tornado? I mean, I could drive in. I could just back into this. It's not going to affect the vehicle anyway. It just makes it dirty. Let's see if I get dirty. No, so these don't actually do anything. The big tornado will make everything really dirty, and then you have to go clean it all. There we go. But otherwise, I don't. And I like to see that. I also like to see that when these things are around, they're kicking debris and causing physical damage to everything around. Because again, it's no real risk. And the lightning storm, same way. If it strikes, say, the batteries, it should shut the electrical system down or surge the electrical system in at the most. So definitely has a lot of work, and it's definitely nowhere near where it should be for like a launch, to say it's ready for launch, and they know that. But I'm excited to see what comes, and if this were to go to EA early access today, I would definitely go put my money on it. I would definitely go move some finances around and make that happen and have this in my permanently in my library. It is everything I expected it to be at its current stage, and a little bit beyond even, you know, to actually be out here on these open plains and actually running around and so forth. This is really, really neat. It definitely needs more work. A lot of systems I know that they're aware of, like the glitch with the doors. They're fully aware of that, and it's going to take some. They'll get that done in time. But yeah, like I would definitely 100%. This came out today. I'd put my money into it, and I think Pyramid Games for allowing me the opportunity to get into this playtest. I've been waiting for I don't know how long since I'd signed up, and constantly was just I would miss out, and it sucked, but it had, that's how the things go. So I'm very happy that they, finally, it just appeared in my library one day, and I was like, oh wow, oh my god, yes, I'm installing this. And yeah, I've been playing this ever since. Absolutely loving it. There's not a lot to do. There's not a lot of tech to go through. So eventually I'm going to hit that point where there's nothing left. But, the same thing happened in Subnautica back in the beginning. I remember, I went to Mountain Island. I'm like, whoa, this is cool. There's nothing here. Except a little on lithium. Cool. Diamonds and lithium. Yeah. And then they started adding more stuff and so on and so forth. And I just keep doing playthroughs each time to see what they added and so on. As the game progressed. And of course, I absolutely love Subnautica. So an argument can be made to Pyramid that by releasing the game to early access, you can still develop the game as you intend and include the features you intend, but also pull in more money so that Kickstarters aren't required. If you put that in there, I'm just noticed the rover is actually moving a little bit. Or is that me? Yeah, no, it's actually, no, I don't know if that's me or the rover. I think the rover is moving just a wee bit. It's so hard to tell. Sit down. It might be me. No, it's me kind of moving about. Maybe because I'm standing in this tornado. Uh, An argument can be made. Woo, an argument can be made that you can launch this game to early access right now and develop it and continue pushing your developments and so forth, and at the same time doing your bug fixes, um, and fixing exploits within the game, which I don't think I've found any exploits per se at all as of yet. I'm really haven't pushed the envelope on it either. I'm more along the lines of just trying to survive at the moment. Speaking of surviving,
Refilled. Water refilled.
there we go. Yeah, speaking of surviving a moment, there we go. Um, yeah, I'd definitely love to see this hit its early access phase. And I continue, as long as I can keep in the playtest, I will do so and enjoy any and all updates that they push out during that playtest up to the early access. And of course, as soon as it goes out, goes live, my money will definitely be hitting in their pockets. That is for sure. But thanks for watching, guys. Sorry the video ran so long because like everything, I get kind of derailed at times. But I did want to put a video out for this. And again, thank you to Pyramid Games for finally letting me into the playtest that I've been so desiring to play, and to actually sit down with the live non-demo version and play through that. Before I do go, I do want to point this out. I know in the demo it worked where you plug the remote here, but for whatever reason I can't put the remote here. I don't have a remote controller right now to work with, and I don't have figured out, like I can't remember somewhat how to use the remote, but I think you had to have the remote in the rover and the remote in your hand in order to use the remote functionality of the rover, which was another selling point to me. Oh, tornadoes are done. Oops, let's close that. Close that. We don't want the circuit board. Helmet's on, right? Yeah. Because I don't have the little effect anymore. Okay, well that didn't dirty it up, so that is a bug. The little dust devils don't actually dirty anything up. This is producing 9090, and let's check this ECU back here. Well, there's 0 because there's no power. Yep, nice and clean. This is how I tell. I look underneath them. But see what I was saying? We had these little exterior platforms. That'd be so nicer. I wouldn't have to try to jump onto that ECU. I could just walk up onto it. But being able to lower these down like this made life so much easier. So much easier, especially this one here, because now I don't even have to click it. We are maxed out on this. That's cool. But yeah. Again, I sidetracked myself so much. Thank you again to Pyramid Games for allowing me the opportunity to take part in this playtest and to experience this game in full live version versus just the demo, which is very robust and you can do a lot, quite a bit. But to be able to sit down with the full game, to actually be able to play it, it's huge, because I was a little on edge with the whole Kickstarter while in development phase. I know it wasn't a lot and so forth, and I was reading through it. It's like you buy the $20, you get the game, but the thing about that is, if you're going to sell the game for $20 and you're telling people that it's going to be this cheaper than what it's going to be on when it releases on early access, then why not save yourself the trouble and just go early access? Because I know the actual influencers of YouTube and Twitch. I'm not an influencer. I don't influence anything, except the food that goes into my tummy. That's the only influence I have over the world. But yeah, they died. Those people, they're gonna be the ones out there. This is how I actually screwed up. I should be using the botany bay, but I don't have the fertilizer yet, so... And it takes longer if you don't have fertilizer, apparently. There. Let's just get that in there. They could have won $20. Let's say the game's going to come out at $40. Let's say it's $30. Say it's $29.99. So that's $10. You have, was it 200 people sign up? That's what, 60,000? 1,000 people sign up. That's something like 3 million. My math is off. I'm tired. I'm on medicine for my cough, so I don't know. It's a lot of money. Without pulling my calculator up, it's a lot of money. And by selling it short like that, you're kind of hurting yourself out in the long run. That's at least me. I'm not a businessman. Like, that type of stuff is just beyond me. But it doesn't make sense to me to sell your product dirt cheap on a cheaper rate on Kickstarter to try to draw more people in, whereas you could put the keys in players' hands, like actual influencers that do have big followings. I know this, like, certain people like Kibitz would definitely probably play this. I know Z1's playing this because that's how I knew he was playing it, and I figured he probably did the Kickstarter. Then I found that I had the playtest, so he possibly got the playtest. But again, I don't know. This is so weird. It also looks like you're really high up too, and I know that's not the case.
Water refilled.
There we go. It just doesn't make sense to me that you would shortchange yourself, whereas you could, if you want to hype, if it was a hyping issue, put in the hands of influencers that work in survival games, and especially tech-based survivals, because there are really different genres to survival. Put it in their hands. Let them play it. Let them put it out there in front of their audience, and I guarantee you the audience is going to be like, I want this. When's this coming out? And then you would be pulling in big numbers. Much bigger numbers, and then you wouldn't have to do a Kickstarter. But at least that's my opinion, and again, I'm not a business guy. I don't understand what's going on in Pyramid Games. They certainly don't tell me what's going on, nor is it any of my business. But it just was a closing thought that I wanted to leave with. So, thanks for watching. I hope you continue to have a great day. Hit that like and subscribe button and let me know at least I did something right today. Have a good one.